Are we live? Kevin, what are you reading? Don't read that in the RV.
I'm sorry, RV. I love you. Oh, I've already taken down the backdrop.
Yep, you've already messed it up, man.
Already messed up the couch. Sorry. What's up, everybody? I'm Kevin.
I'm Laura.
We are
Vegan
Vegan RV. Hey, what's up? So, we are... It's weird. I'm watching myself in the video. Delayed.
Yeah, so
Down
don't look
here.
at that.
So yeah. Oh, I thought I had this down. There we go.
We're in a safe place, and we hope that you are too. It's really weird right now with camping. A lot of the campgrounds, you can't get into them.
That's yours.
Is it?
Yes.
All right.
Are you watching the video in the background or something?
I don't know. Maybe. I guess I can.
Turn down the audio.
Yep.
On your phone.
Sorry, people. This is going to be in your way.
All right.
Hopefully that's better for us. We are not professionals at this. So I thought today what we would talk about is, how do you stock up for something like this? Hey, John, how's it going? When you are living so small, like you guys know how big RV kitchens are. There's not a lot of space for storage, and people are going crazy right now at the markets, and they're just, piling up stuff in their freezers and their fridges. And why is my phone wanting to turn off? So anyway, I thought we would talk about that a little bit. And hey, Karen, on the Jersey Shore, and talk about what we've done, which is actually not a crazy amount of stocking up. I mean, we do have some things here, but we normally keep a good amount of stuff in the pantry. Yeah, train of thought.
Yeah, right there. Take a breath. So a couple things I'll say about the RV right now is that it's less packed than when we went to Alaska on our initial trip. On our initial trip to Alaska, we were like, okay, it's going to be a couple of weeks where we're not going to see, grocery stores or things that we don't know if we can eat there or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, our RV is, I feel like it's just like normal living in here. Like we have our bulk supplies and Laura can talk about those, but it doesn't, we're not crowded. Yeah. We do have one bag of blueberries that's not in the RV.
Yeah. we have some off-site storage.
Yeah.
So when we first went to Alaska, we didn't know what to expect. So I got, a 20-pound bag of brown rice that was under our bed. Same with oats. I had like crazy amount of oats, and I don't know, I had just crazy amounts of stuff.
I don't think people understand crazy. Crazy was like, I felt like we had a 20-pound sack of oats, like something that would come off an Amish truck, wagon, whatever. We had rice coming out our yin-yang.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like what you would think a restaurant would go through in a month is what we had in this. It was insanity. Like, there was a lot of food.
Yeah.
And I feel like we learned our lesson pretty quick.
We did.
The one thing that's different is like the fresh vegetables, right?
Yeah.
That's not something that we stock a ton of. Like,
no.
Can you see the banana hammock? That was from Z and Randy. Yeah. Brandy.
I'm like, Randy.
Yeah, Z and Brandy. So banana hammock.
Yes. So the way we've stocked up now. Oh, John asked if we were still in a parking lot.
Okay, let's tell everybody. Okay. We're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We're outside
in the Atlanta metro area.
Yep. We are in a parking lot.
Yes.
and it's pretty sweet. Like there's nobody around.
Yeah.
Like all the businesses around in this park that we're in, business park that we're in, like
They're
not very
closed.
many people here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So we're fine.
we're
yeah,
mooch docking,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like
we're-
your head,
What's going on with my head?
like people, they're seeing more. Oh, just a tad. There we go. You're like a talking head. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Much better.
Cool. Yeah, so we're safe, and we are concerned about, a lot of the people that we know that out there that we're hearing from that are getting kicked out of campgrounds, and hopefully everybody is landing somewhere safe. But anyway, I wanted to talk about, I've actually been stocking up a little bit over the past few weeks, knowing that things were going to get a little bit crazy. But I haven't I'm not buying 20-pound bags of rice or anything like that. I got a 3-pound bag of rice and made sure I had, enough beans to last for 2 or 3 weeks. And those are the kinds of, dry goods that I have on hand. And then it's like things like almond butter. We use it all the time. So I made sure that, we still have some in the fridge, but I got a backup. Same with tahini. I use it all the time. So I got a backup of that. But other
people are saying that they lost sound. Can you guys still hear us?
Hello?
Or was it just Brian's machine?
I don't know. Somebody weigh in if you can hear us. Yes, we got a yes for some. I don't know if that's.
I can hear you. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yay,
So
hey
we're good.
Karen.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Keep going, Laura.
Perfect. Of course, now I lost my train of thought. But what I have done, and you know how big an RV fridge is. It's not very big. So I've had to be really selective on the things that I do stock up on. One of the things I have in the freezer, because I know that we might, I actually don't know if we're going to be able to buy greens. So I got fresh greens, but when those run out, I have almost 3 pounds of frozen spinach in the freezer, because you can use that in many different ways. And it's a good way to, you can add it to soups.
I don't believe you. I'm going to go look. You can keep going.
Yeah. I don't know how he doesn't believe me, but hey Donna.
I only see 1 pound.
You keep looking, there's 2 bricks. They're like 2 10-ounce bricks. Kevin doesn't believe what I've got in the freezer, so he's going to check.
It now.
Oh, he's going to have to come back and with his tail between his legs.
She was right.
So that's one of the things, because you can add those, eat those greens with some beans and some rice, and season it up really well, and that's a good meal. And we eat like that all the time anyway, so it's not something weird for us.
So I have a question, and
yes.
this is just me being not that smart. So when, like, the difference between cooking down fresh spinach versus frozen spinach, is frozen spinach like already kind of compacted, so what you're going to put in the pan is what you're going to get out?
Yes, and I almost never buy fresh spinach unless I'm going to make a salad out of it, because it disintegrates into nothing. Frozen spinach doesn't do that, and I don't know why. But it seems like it's all, I don't know whether it's they
Probably
like
pre-steam it maybe.
They might.
Yeah.
They flash cook a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they do that with the spinach.
So what you see is what you get, which is not.
Yes. I
in,
mean, you can
like,
squeeze
with
out
fresh
a
spinach,
little bit
okay.
of water from it, but for the most part, it's what you see is what you get.
Tom and
Faye,
Faye.
hey guys. So.
Well, that's good to know.
Yes, that's why.
Especially space-wise, in an
Yes.
RV, I know that like you don't have a ton of space in the freezer,
Yeah.
but Knowing that
yeah.
like a cup of spinach is really a cup of spinach cooked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Or more or less.
yeah, that's why I make that choice. I do have some fresh kale in the fridge and some salad greens that we've been using. And we'll get through those pretty quickly. But I'm trying to think of what else. Oh,
I also like how they said, "Hey Laura," not "Hey Kevin." I
it's
appreciate
because I'm
that.
talking. Maybe I don't know. Well, I'm missing people who are saying hi. So
Yeah, there's
you need
so
to go
many
through,
people.
You need
So
to go
many
through
people.
and talk to them.
Yeah, I want to talk about food.
Okay. So
Like what it like knowing that the times that we're in,
yeah.
right? I guess a couple of things we should say.
Yeah.
We didn't go crazy,
No.
right? We didn't go out and buy the world.
Mm-mm.
We're hanging out on 2 rolls of toilet paper. Probably lasts us like week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe more.
Yeah.
There was a good calculator online for all
Oh,
these people
toilet paper
stockpiling all this
calculator.
damn toilet paper. Like it was so good. It was
Yeah.
like, okay, so let's say you use 8 sheets per time you use the bathroom. And it was like saying, okay, if you had 30 rolls and you had a house of 4, it would take you would have to go to the bathroom 384 times a day in 2 weeks to go through that toilet paper. And that, I would say,
Yeah.
change your diet. But anyway, there's some funny calculators online. I got a kick out of them. But really, like, we haven't done that much different. I would say, I would go so far as to say is we've gone to the grocery store less since all this craziness has been going down.
Well, so I have in my mind that I'm still going to need to go and get some fresh stuff to restock every 7 to 10 days.
And that's stuff that you're not going to want to buy and sit on anyway.
Yeah.
Like, bananas are good for like a week.
Yeah, so I have a banana rotation going. I bought some green ones and they're ripening under, the ones that were
I wish they'd go
more
brown
ripe.
faster so we could have banana bread.
Kevin's over there putting them in a paper bag so that they'll all turn brown and he can have banana bread.
I'm about to get some paint.
Some paint?
I'm just going to paint them brown.
Oh, God. Just splatter them a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So really, like my shopping lately has been like a normal shop, just a little bit more, I guess you could say. I am making good, 100% sure that I have all of my spices in good stock, everything that I use to season foods when I'm cooking them, like vegetable broth and nutritional yeast. Kevin sent me in.
I thought that we were a little low on
Kevin sent me
yeast.
into panic mode, so I just ordered some more from Amazon.
Yes.
But I have.
And that's a household item, so it will definitely get shipped before everybody else's.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That's not how it's working, but whatever.
But yeah, does anybody have any questions? If you do, put them in all caps.
Hey, nomadic hobbyist.
Yay! Hey, Lisa and Steve.
Yeah, we had so much fun hanging out.
Before,
I love Orlando.
Before the shit hit the fan.
Yeah, before the shit hit the fan.
last.
That's true. Yeah, if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, we're just going to sit here and kind of ramble about food.
Yeah, so I was going to talk a little bit about my kind of philosophy on grocery shopping for the RV. And actually, this works pretty well in a house, too. I don't want to go to the store every 2 or 3 days. I mean, it was convenient. Like, at one point, I lived in San Francisco, and I would walk by, bodegas on my way to and from work every day. So, it was no big deal to stop in every 2 or 3 days and get, a couple more fresh things. But that's not how it's been as we've been traveling. And it's not how it is for most people in the suburbs. And, unless you live in a big city, it's generally not like that. So what
I would say if you're in an RV, it's usually not like that because you're not right next to grocery stores.
Yeah.
Unless you're Wally docking.
Yes. Then you're right next to it.
Yeah.
But so when I have a thought process I go through when I'm deciding what I'm going to make for the week.
And I don't understand it. I've seen it weeks and weeks and weeks. Like I see it like twice a week for the past 3.5 years we've been doing this, I still don't understand how this magic happens.
Yeah, it's not perfect. And I'm not, like, I don't meal plan and I don't sit down and say, oh, Monday we're having this, Tuesday we're having this, Wednesday we're having this. I don't do it exactly like that, but I do kind of think about, okay, well, breakfast is always the same, so I don't have to worry about that. We have oats for breakfast every day. But for lunch and dinner, lunch is often leftovers, and then dinner is usually the new thing, but sometimes that flip-flops. So what I do is I think about, okay, if I want some fresh stuff, then I know I need to eat that within the first, 2 or 3 days. Like the delicate things like lettuce.
Delicata squash.
No, that
Just kidding. It had delicate in the word, in the name.
Delicata is awesome because it sits around for a while. Speaking of squashes, so then later in the time period, I'll make things out of stuff from the freezer, cans, or your winter squashes, things like that, because they'll hang out. Those are also good for meal planning if, you're going to go out to dinner a little bit, but you don't know when and you don't know how much, and then you can just kind of move that meal around until you have time to make it. So I think I've seen some questions come through. If you could hit.
Well, I want to start this just so you guys can see this. This is our meal planning. So it's not anything spectacular,
Yeah.
but it kind of looks like you put down like the dishes that you want to make or attempt to make that week, and you write down what we need from the store or all the ingredients.
What we need from the store.
So you go through what we already have in the RV,
Yes.
and then you just write down it, but you're like very specific. You're like, I need 2 of these tomatoes. I need one clove of garlic. So how do you deal with like when you have like a clove of garlic for aloo gobi and then a clove of garlic for the spaghetti?
I'll put them in. Sometimes I'll put them in both places, and sometimes I won't because, so I have something on here. I need an onion. I just wrote onions because I knew that I was gonna need. I mean, you always need onion. Onions will keep, so I just get a bag of onions.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I also on my little sheet next to
I feel like we're blown out, but that's not working. So
okay. Like next to each recipe title, I put where it's coming from. So like I have EV written here. That's for Evernote.
Oh, and you have die written there.
Yes.
How Not to Die cookbook.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome that you wrote die next to the How Not to Die cookbook.
And then some of them are like burgers are just burgers. That's tofu scramble. I just make that, so I don't need a recipe. Anyway.
Okay.
I think somebody asked a question.
Yeah. So I'll keep them related. So Happy Vibes says, just curious how the stores in our area. The stores are bare in our area. So we're in the like northeast Atlanta area. I felt like when we went to the supermarket the other day and I walked into a Sprouts 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Everything was stocked. Like the only thing that wasn't there was toilet paper and paper towels.
Yeah. Okay, so the same day I went, like we were at the same time at different Sprouts.
Yeah.
So the
and
Sprouts.
You didn't get to eat Chipotle with me.
I did not. The Sprouts that I went into was completely out of tofu, which is unusual. But they had plenty of like vegan sausages and all that kind of stuff. Their dairy milks were pretty wiped out.
See, I'll say the Sprouts that I was at, it was jam. They had so much food. And it was insane.
And there were only 2 small bags of blueberries, so I got those, and then
And then the one that I was at,
yeah,
they had like 30 bags of the 4
yeah,
pounds of blueberries that we normally get.
yeah. The fresh produce, there seemed to be plenty of it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people right now that are stocking up are going to that like
The
the
freezer, the prepared
freezer, yeah, that
meals,
can just
meats.
sit around,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
where Laura really doesn't cook a lot of that stuff. So,
yeah.
I mean, I miss out on the frozen pizzas and all the fun stuff that you guys are eating. But I eat very well, so.
So I will say, when I was at Sprouts, there was a woman who was buying about 8 to 10 bags of popcorn, bagged popcorn, and I kept thinking, you could have bought like 4 popcorn makers for what you're spending on all of that popcorn.
Yeah.
What?
Is it like all you need is a pan? You don't even just.
Well, you can. Okay, here's a tip. If you do, you have a microwave, put like
yeah, you do this. This is awesome.
in a paper bag, throw a quarter of a cup of popcorn kernels in it, seal it up, lay it down in the microwave, and cook it for, well, it'll depend on your microwave. I think it's about 1:30 in ours. Until, it's the same as if you're doing, the store-bought bag, until it, the pops are,
Starting to stop.
yeah. And
The pops are coming to a stop.
yeah. So
And there's no oil in it.
Yeah. And then you
And
can season it
Season
afterwards
it however you want. Throw a
yeah.
bunch of nutritional yeast on it, man. You
Yeah.
got yourself a meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I didn't know that. So I think it just depends on the store. One thing, what I will say, just in talking to you kind of before this, was the Asian markets. Like all of the, even the Mexi Marts, like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Stocked.
Yeah.
You said you found a ton of tofu there.
So I went to H Mart before I went to Sprouts, which is why I was not concerned about them being out of tofu, because I just bought more. There's plenty at the Asian market. They were getting low on the big bags of rice, but not really on anything else. Like all the other shelf-stable things seem to be fully stocked.
So Tennessee said that all the canned goods were gone. Did
Wow.
you kind of notice that? I literally, when I was walking, I don't know if I really looked at that area, but I don't remember. The only bare areas I saw on the shelf were where the toilet paper was.
Yeah.
Everything else was stocked. At least, I mean, maybe I went in there and like they just magically put everything on there, but
I didn't really look very much at Sprouts because I'd already done my shopping and I was just coming for a couple of things. So the things I did notice is that their bulk bins of oats were completely empty. So I had to buy an actual bag of oats.
I probably could have got some.
Probably. That's okay. We're all good.
Yeah.
Now, no cleaning products. I will say that we were at a Walmart.
When? In Florida?
Yeah, and all of
This is like a week ago.
Yeah, and all the clean, like all the Lysol wipes and
that's
stuff
right.
were gone.
That place
Why does
it
this
was
keep
tapped
doing
out.
that?
Yeah. But there's like some DIY stuff that you can do if you can find some alcohol.
Or just like if you don't, just wash your hands.
Yeah.
You don't actually. I mean, if you're not going out to places, which you probably shouldn't be, you should like keep that at a minimum. Then just wash your hands.
All right. So let's see here. Where did I see it? Nomadic Hobbyist. How do I freeze spaghetti squash? I think you just have to cook it first, yeah?
Yeah, probably cook it and then like scrape it out and then freeze it. It might change the texture a little bit though. It'll keep a long time. Like, hey. So I've kept these for, weeks, which is my plan for this one. I'll just keep it until it's, I need to use it. I also got a kabocha squash, which I like because you can eat the skin. I'm not a big fan of peeling squashes. They didn't have any. My favorite is delicata squash, but they didn't have any, so just have to do this one. But that makes it's awesome in a stew. So
All right, so cook it and freeze it.
yeah, I mean you can try that, or just let it chill on your counter until you're ready to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Karen said, are we keeping some extra supplies in the car? No.
No, because the car's sitting right next to the RV. So
Yeah, I mean, literally, we don't have that much stuff.
we're not going anywhere, so we're not driving anywhere. Like we're right here.
What are you talking about? She asked if there were extra supplies in the car. That doesn't.
Oh, I thought you meant like as a bug out bag or something like that.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the car's clean.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. Our water cans are hanging out.
The water cans are hanging out in there. They're like 2 big 5-gallon jugs, but we're not even using those because we have water where we're at.
Yeah.
No sewer, so that should be an adventure, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But we have water.
Yeah.
And like 15 amp electricity, so.
Yeah, and it's not too hot, so we don't need AC.
Yeah, we've actually got the windows open right now.
Mm-hmm.
Doors open.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice. Let's see. What else do we have? Yeah, a bunch of people, the freezer and box foods raked over. Yep.
Yeah.
Fresh greens, no problem. Exactly, that's what we were seeing.
Yeah.
Karen Smith, stores in New Jersey are very bare.
Yeah. Well, I think certain areas are ahead of us, like that's not a prize or anything, but in the process of all this. So I don't know if anybody in Seattle is on, but we're.
Now I know where the Hey Laura came from.
What?
Because it's Faye that's running the thing. She said Tom's making them a Greek bowl tonight.
Yay!
So if you want to, just send us down some from the other side of Canada.
You just had a nice bowl.
Yeah, but they're making a Greek one. We didn't have a Greek one. The beans that we had tonight, they were the biggest beans I've ever seen. What were they?
Those were Scarlet Runner beans, and I actually put out a video of me pressure cooking those. So I impulse buy beans when, and those I got in Cottonwood, Arizona. Mainly because they were like $2.50 a pound or something. It was stupid for heirloom beans, and they're like giant black and red beans. They're kind of look like lima beans, but huge. Yeah. They were delicious.
They're way bigger than lima beans.
Yeah, but they're wide, flat beans like
yeah. They look like
bean.
big kidney. They're almost the size of my kidney.
Yeah.
Like they're huge. Yeah. So Karen said, yeah, her RV's small. It's the same size as ours, Karen. Come on now. Shoot. Are we wondering? We're in 14-day isolation, so our daughter went out and bought us $250 worth of food. Now we can't move in the RV.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's awesome. Well, tell your daughter we'll come up there and stay there. Give us $250 worth of food. Did she sell that house?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in a minute. So I do have a few things here that are I cook a lot from scratch anyway, so that's what we're going to continue to do. But sometimes you need a quick meal, and I wanted to share this one.
This one is one of my favorites.
So, I'll put this up here. So
the Joy Tea.
Yeah. Now, these are not
Deli
easy.
Sog.
These are not super easy to find. Whole Foods will have them. Some co-ops will have them.
Your markets,
And
all of the international type markets. This is where.
Yeah, but they want international market, like an Indian market might have different brands of this. They might not have this brand, and you have to watch them because they might have butter in them. And I mean, you guys might not care about that, but we do. But it's mustard greens and spinach, and then a bunch of seasonings. It does have some oil in it, but it's not terrible as far as these things go. And this is amazing if you press a brick of tofu, fry it up in the pan.
Make it like a cheese.
Yeah, press
See?
it really well so it's really dense. So it's like the paneer, right? And then I fry it up. I might put a little garam masala on it to give it seasoning. Then I'll pull it out, and then I put this in, and then actually I'll just mix it all together and let it cook for a few minutes until everything's warm. And this is like canned greens are not something I would normally want, but these are really good. So we got an emergency backup.
It's a good quick Indian dish.
Yeah.
You know, and what you would see like if you went to a restaurant, what that would be like would be
it's like sag paneer.
Sag paneer,
Yeah.
right? And paneer being the square cheese
Yeah.
that they do, and
Mhm.
sag meaning the greens.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Mhm.
I mean, banging.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're looking for canned goods, I mean, again, the international markets have
Mhm.
a lot of canned stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, just got to branch out. It's not your normal
Yeah.
stuff that you would see on the shelf, but I mean,
And not
it's good.
everything's in a can. I mean,
Ah,
I know some people. So this is. I know some people have seen like the Tasty Bite meals. Maybe at Trader Joe's. Maybe Trader Joe's.
I mean,
has
you would
them.
even see them in Publix. You'd
yeah,
see them
they're
in
pretty-
Kroger's.
They're pretty widespread now.
Yeah.
Well, there's other brands, and if you go to, we went to an Indian market in Gainesville and found this.
Matar paneer tofu. So not cheese, but it's tofu.
Yeah. So
The tofu's not in here. We have to make it.
no, I
I
think
think-
it's in there.
I don't think so.
I think it's in there.
It is. It's in there.
It's already in there.
We're already pulled over. We can't pull over any further.
So, like, having something like this is a nice addition to, like, if I make a dal with some, red lentils, or I got some mung beans, then we can also have this on the side with it, and that makes it, we can pretend like we have a thali, because I'm not making all those dishes, so that's not happening. So, but it just gives it a little bit of variety and extends a meal. You can use it, like I use something like this to extend leftovers. So I have leftovers, but it's not quite enough for 2 people. Then you pull out one of these, and then you've got enough.
Here's another thing I'll say about the supermarkets. Let's get back on that subject.
Mhm.
Is I know people were, showing some funny stuff on like, haha, it must pay to be a vegan during, these crazy times when people go out and raid the market. That like the vegan section is fully stocked. The food's not going to kill you. It's really good.
Right.
So you might want to get on our side and just try it out because it's
Yeah.
delicious. Yeah, and it keeps just like all the other food.
Yeah, some of it keeps longer actually.
Another one that keeps
Oh yeah.
stock in the RV. Ooh, this is, what is it? What do they call this? ASMR? That's right, we're about to get 1 million views. Butler's soy curls. So this is dehydrated soy protein. Or
It's
is
just soybeans. It's literally,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like, it's not even a reconstituted thing.
Oh,
it's
it is,
literally
yeah.
just extruded soybeans that
Uh,
are dried.
and so this is like your, call it your fake meat or,
Yeah, so it
substitute,
has the texture's similar to like chicken strips.
Mhm.
So you can use
but
them
you
like
flavor
that.
them however you want.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
yeah, so.
in that packed small, it's dry so it doesn't take up,
Mhm.
room in the refrigerator or the freezer. You can cook them. You can flavor them however you want. It just adds texture to the meal.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
pretty good.
you have to rehydrate them, so that's actually a lot of servings up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got Steve and Lisa said, "Now I'm hungry." Can we post what we're using? Food wise, Karen? Laura does some good. Every once in a while, she'll do like a grocery haul. Those
Yeah.
tend to be pretty good. And she's gonna start doing more like food cooking videos. So you guys will see that now that we're kind of in one place for
Yeah.
a hot minute,
Yeah.
and there's really nothing else going on.
What else am I gonna do?
Yeah. So you'll probably see a lot more videos coming out,
Yeah.
especially from her. I'm still going into the office. Let's see here. Passover foods are also not running out. Very true. Have you guys tried Seed of Change flavored rice at Target?
Maybe I had it a long time ago. Again, I just make rice, so I don't usually buy like prepared things like that. But I know there's all kinds of stuff you can get now. Like you can get like packets. Well, you can't see in here, but there's like a foil packet in here
I think I'll find some other food.
of like quinoa and like the Seeds of Change stuff you're talking about, and all that stuff is really good. I'm cheap. I'm cheap and I want control over what's in my food, so that's why I make everything from scratch. Then I can control how much oil's in it, none if I make it, and how much salt, very little, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, grits.
I love grits.
Yeah.
And they're small.
Yeah.
Like this cooks up to
Yeah,
a big meal.
Yeah, it becomes
It's good, very filling.
Yeah.
Things of that nature. You don't have to have like a ton of stuff.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing to show because
That's why I brought it.
Kevin's raiding the cabinets looking for stuff.
Here, you can look at if anybody's saying anything.
Yeah, let's see.
There's not much. Just chilling.
Oh, Karen missed some of the products as we were showing them. The only products I really showed was these greens that I find at co-ops and Whole Foods. They're really good to just add your favorite protein and then it becomes a meal with some rice. And they're really good. Like you could add a can of chickpeas to this.
This shelf stable, right?
Yes, that's the shelf stable one.
So, just mayo, so vegan mayo.
Yeah,
They've stepped back up production.
Yeah, it was off the shelves for a while, so.
I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna do that. Anyway, so this is good. Like if you need to keep something on the something shelf stable, it stays for quite a while.
Yeah. Before you open it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, just throwing that out there because I saw it, and I was got excited.
Donna asked where I prefer to shop. So I know it's illegal to say this when you're in Florida, but now that we're out, I can say that I don't really like Publix. And that's like that was your choice most of the time. So
you want to know what? Here's the thing I'll say about Publix.
Yeah.
They have some kick-ass deal. Like when they have a deal, it's usually pretty good. Like all their Gardein stuff right now, buy one get one free.
Yeah.
But we don't buy a lot of that stuff. So it just like Laura's all about the fresh vegetables.
Yeah.
And
I don't like going in somewhere and where all of the produce is like already wrapped in all this plastic. I want to be able to choose exactly the amount that I want to buy, and choose, the ones that I like. So I will say I'm completely spoiled because we have
in Atlanta the greatest thing.
Yeah, it's called Your DeKalb Farmers Market.
YDFM.
And it's a family-run operation, and they truck everything in directly there. And a lot of the restaurants in this region buy from them. But like if you want, whatever you want, they they have they have everything, and they tell you exactly where it's from and if it's organic, and I don't know, it's just wonderful, and everything is almost like 99% of the stuff, the produce is all loose, so you can just pick out exactly what you want. Oh, Kevin's bringing things.
I'm bringing things. They're all below.
So I got some soft tofu.
One thing
Korean
I'll say is
style.
like everybody thinks that tofu are those square jiggly blocks. Well, it's not all.
Sometimes it's a jiggly tube.
Yeah, exactly.
But
anyway, I just thought that was kind of crazy. Like people just don't normally get to see this stuff. So
yeah, so this is specifically for, I'm gonna make this Korean stew that we really like.
oh man. So we've started doing these. It's called boche jjigae. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
I
well,
probably just butchered that.
there's two different ones, and it kind of blurs into each other because one of them's a Korean army based stew and the other one's a kimchi stew. And I kind of just blended both of those recipes and kind of just make my own thing, really.
Yeah.
But I got it off of Cheap Lazy Vegan, and it's, I don't know, it's just really really good.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for everything to die down,
Yeah.
because it's like one of those like constantly evolving dishes, because you put stuff in as you're eating it and you cook it in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a good social
It's
dish.
a communal pot.
Yeah, which I don't think people are into right now. So,
Yeah, exactly. It's not. Yeah.
let's see here. One of the other staples Laura always keeps in, some tahini.
Yes.
This is the sprouts. We just look for the one that does have added oil to it. Literally just blended up sesame seeds.
Yeah.
Is all this is.
Yeah, and so what I use that for is whenever a dish calls for sesame oil, I'll use that instead. So at least you're getting like whatever other nutrients are in the sesame seeds. They're not getting stripped out.
It makes things creamy.
It does, and I have a lot of dressings and sauces recipes that use that. So
With peanut butter is delicious. Peanut butter and tahini.
oh yeah.
I'd eat it.
Oh yeah.
A company that's known for like making regular hamburgers, they make Veggie Burgers.
Yeah, and recently we found that they make about, I don't know, 4 or more varieties of vegan burgers.
So they have the Latin Grill, they have a beet-based one, and then they have their regular one. But the cool thing about these, they literally are just vegetables blended up. So they're really healthy.
Yeah.
They're big burgers.
And because so if you're looking for the kind that
like the meaty
that's
type texture.
like meat, this is not it.
Yeah, this is like your grandma's making some veggie burgers right here, right? She's like mashing up some black beans.
Yeah.
She puts
Quinoa
like this.
in it, you know.
Yeah, hold on. Let's talk about what's in here. Black beans, right? Plantains, sweet potatoes, flaxseed, potato starch, pumpkin seeds. They have like a vegetable like bouillon in it, cilantro, and then just like 2% of like distilled vinegar, mustard seed, white wine, citric acid, tartic acid, spices, chia seeds. So it's all like really, it's like good stuff.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
all
stuff
like
you know
whole
what it is
type
for the most
foods.
part.
So anyway, if you guys see this, like really surprised by the Bubba Burgers.
Yeah.
They've been awesome.
Yeah, we've enjoyed those. So
Is there anything else you want me to get?
I don't know. I don't think there's. I don't know. Let me see if I have any questions.
Everybody's being super chill, real quiet. Here's another cool thing.
Oh yeah.
These.
Kevin found something else exciting.
All right, so this company, Good Foods. So they make, this is the buffalo style one. They make a cilantro, and they make a
nacho
one,
Yeah.
nacho cheese one. Anyway, it's like a dip spread, if you want to call it that. Man, this stuff is delicious. Because Laura turns this into a sauce and we put it on top of some of the bowls that we eat.
Mhm.
And literally, again, this is another one where it's literally you can read every single ingredient and
Yeah.
it's a real thing. Like it's
And
not
there's
like
no oil.
disodium blah blah blah. I mean
Yeah.
it's literally none of it. Let me read. It's always cauliflower based. So cauliflower, carrots, red bell peppers, some hot sauce, almonds, almond butter, lime juice, red onions, cilantro, garlic, sea salt, and chia protein. Literally, that's it. I could pronounce all of that, which is not, you can't say that for a lot of foods.
Yeah.
So this is another one that's like, it's awesome. If you
Did we
guys
get that
see
one
this,
at Aldi?
it's at Aldi, and we also see it at
Target?
Target. Yep,
Yeah.
those two places.
Yeah. So, one thing, if some of you went to the RV thing, then you will know that Kevin and I like to visit grocery stores just to see what they have.
Yeah, thanks, Lorena.
So, yeah, we'll go into all different kinds of places, just to check it out. Like we pregame grocery shopping, and
yeah, literally, we'll just be like sitting there, or we'll be on our way home. I'll be like, "Ooh, you want to go see what they have at this place?"
Yep. So, oh, I guess I've never really answered the question about my preferred place to go grocery shopping. I mean, I kind of did. If I could go to your DeKalb Farmers Market every time, then I would do that. But that's obviously not.
And when we lived here in Atlanta, we did. That's where we shopped.
It was not. I mean, I drove past probably 15 grocery stores to get to it.
Yep.
But yeah, I would still go there. I kind of mix up where I go. Like my go-to is Sprouts, just because it's
when we're here,
or when we're near one.
Yeah.
Because I can get stuff in the bulk bins and I can buy just exactly what I need, and I'm not, overbuying stuff.
Number 2, Natural Grocers.
I like Natural Grocers, but
They don't have like that good of a bulk area. Like they have their prepackaged bulk. Yeah. Which is a little annoying,
I like Natural Grocers, but I usually end up having to also shop somewhere else.
Yep.
But usually there's a Fred Meyer or something nearby that's not bad.
I want to talk about something you can't buy in the store. This right here.
Oh, yeah.
This parm.
Yeah, I make our own vegan parm.
So this stuff tastes good on everything. Can you tell them what's in it? Like, you should definitely do a video. Like, very simple. This is like cashews.
Yeah, it's walnuts and cashews and nutritional yeast and garlic powder and a little salt.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
So anyway, get your own. Because you ain't getting mine.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy vegan Parmesan, which is pretty much like very similar. The ingredients are very similar, but it's a lot cheaper to make your own.
Lisa and Steve say they're stuck with Publix. I mean, Publix isn't terrible.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, they make a vegan sub now.
But
That's
you can,
delicious.
there's Sprouts in your area. You might have to drive a little bit further. I mean, I'll drive, like, again, I'll drive past grocery stores I don't like to get to one that I do.
Yep.
I don't, I mean, that's just, but I'm a grocery store connoisseur.
Let's see here. Charles S. Do you like Aldi? They've got great vegan imported chocolate. Oh, yeah, plus a few other things.
Yeah, so we go to Aldi sometimes. I can't do my, like, whole shop there. Kind of, it's like Trader Joe's is similar in that way. There's certain things I go and I get at Trader Joe's when there's one convenient. I would, like, even when I was stationary, I would go there maybe once a month, once every 6 weeks, something like that. Aldi's kind of similar. Like, I'll go in there and I'll get certain things, but I don't do all of my shopping there. They have some great veggie burgers. They
Yeah, they've just started carrying like a whole line of like really good veggie, like
mhm,
veggie burger, veggie products
yeah.
in the freezer section. We'll
Um,
usually go there and pick up that dip.
yeah.
That's one of the
We look
things
for
we'll get
that.
there,
Sometimes they
especially
have it and sometimes they don't.
yeah, because
Yeah.
typically, yeah.
And one time they had Just Egg really cheap, so we got a couple of
Oh
those.
yeah, $4.99. Which, by the way,
No,
that's
it was
going.
like two something.
Was it? Whoa, okay.
No,
Jeez,
it was
don't
super
bite my
cheap.
head off. Supposedly that's coming down in price because they
Yeah.
just really ramped up production with that.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll see more of that in my life. Man, you need to do something with your screen.
Yeah, I don't know why my screen keeps. Maybe it's because it's not plugged in. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see here. Karen bought Veggie Rice. Yeah,
I've
buddy.
heard that's really good.
Doesn't require refrigeration.
Yeah, it's
Only
shelf
ingredients
stable.
are broccoli
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's sort of similar to orzo, I guess,
Yeah,
except it's made out of vegetables instead of pasta. So
yeah. And Karen was saying that like we may not see a lot of bulk items just because of like all
oh
the
yeah,
handling with.
yeah, no, that's a
It's definitely a
smart.
thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
may not see it, get while you can. You know, you try to do as much as you can
Yeah.
do. The reason why we buy bulk, usually it's a little bit cheaper, and we're not using up all this plastic, right?
Mhm.
So that's one of the. I mean,
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Sprouts just closed their bulk bins until this
further
all,
notice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I'm gonna look at my list and see if there was anything. Oh,
What are you concerned about running out of?
yeah. What are you guys concerned about running out of?
Whose guys? Those
guys.
Yeah. What are we concerned about running out of?
Um,
Steam.
I don't know.
Running out of things to do.
I'm not
Just
really. I'm not really concerned about running out of stuff right now.
Karen said wine.
I mean, I have a bottle of wine that I've been carrying around for I don't know how long. So
3.5 years.
yeah. No, not that long.
I'm just kidding.
It's one your parents gave me. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I mean, here's the thing. I don't think I'm worried about really running out of anything.
yeah.
Really, at this point, I haven't heard
I think
of.
I think produce is going to be an issue because they're not going to have anybody to pick it. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to get to a point where that's going to be a problem.
Yep.
So, you know, we might have to, you know, be happy with rice and beans for a while.
Which we are. I'm
Yeah.
totally happy with the rice and beans.
I want some vegetables, but I mean, we won't die, you know. So that's definitely something.
I'm with Charles S. Chocolate chip cookies. I'm always concerned with running out of those, which we are always out.
Yeah, I actually have everything needed to make them. So, if we get desperate, we can have chocolate. You're like, why are you withholding this information? Has anybody else said anything?
Do you guys drink? What do we drink for liquids? Hold on. Do you guys drink for liquids which you don't talk about? Oh no, we're like big water fans. Yeah,
We drink a lot of water.
ton of water. Laura's been drinking it. She drinks 1 or 2 cups of coffee every morning.
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten off the kick.
Yeah.
I'll drink coffee when I go to a Starbucks usually. Even though I've had free coffee where I'm at, it's like
Yeah.
I'm just not feeling it lately.
Every once in a while, I like sparkling water with flavor. Waterloo is the best. So,
Waterloo, Portland,
um,
Oregon, right?
No, that's from Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas, right?
That's my favorite. I still have some. So, I mean, again, I drink one once a week or something.
Man,
I don't know.
you didn't set it up right.
And tea. Sometimes we have tea.
I think I'd like some tea tonight.
Okay then. We'll have some tea.
It is kind of warm here, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait a couple days and it won't be anymore.
True.
Anybody else weighing in over
What
here?
else you got? Oh, somebody said oat milk.
Yeah.
So oat milk. I feel you. Oat milk
Yeah.
is delicious. In fact, here.
Oh, yeah.
Another
This
new
is,
one.
so my problem with oat milk is that they put oil in
The
most
second
of them.
ingredient's freaking oil, man.
So, but not this one.
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's has one.
In fact, we can't call it oat milk anymore. It's oat beverage. Stupid.
Apparently, it's super easy to make. I have not tried it. I've made almond milk before, which is far superior to what you can buy, but it doesn't keep very long. So we don't use it very fast. So
The oat teat is very hard to find, though. I can still make you laugh.
Oh man, very small teats.
Was he worried about running out of space in the tanks if they keep closing the campgrounds? Hallelujah.
Yeah.
I may have to pull a Chris's vacation here pretty soon.
Well, so I guess let's think about where people can dump. Some pilot flying J's have dumps.
Well, they're in Canada, so it's a
Oh, well, I don't know then.
it's a flying
Yeah.
A.
Flying
It's a flying A.
A.
Is that what you guys have up there?
Oy. Yeah, I don't know.
No, yeah. I mean, some of the private parks you can probably get it. I mean, there's a lot of sewer system up here.
Where were we that they had a
Jeez.
was it Nova Scotia where they had a dump station at the visitor center
It was like at every rest stop up there.
in Canada?
Yeah, I felt like I had one.
I don't know about the rest stops, but I do remember a
Yeah, the Welcome Center had
yeah. Anyway,
one. Yeah, Virginia State Camp Parks haven't closed yet to campers.
so everybody go dump.
Yeah. Everybody, we're going to Virginia.
Go!
No, but so actually Campendium's keeping up with that pretty good.
So I sent out a newsletter today, and I included Campendium's link in it because they're kind of keeping a rolling tally of what's open, what's closed in the various states. I tweeted it out, so you can find that link on our Twitter as well. Yeah, that they're continuously updating that, and they're also accepting information. If you have information, you can submit it to them to help keep people informed.
Up to date. Yeah. Do your part.
So
Karen said that Ontario, no dumping services right now.
Wow.
That's a big area too. Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, it's not.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And we closed the border. You guys can't even come back. Maybe you can dump it across the line.
Yeah, just throw your hose.
Just throw your hose over.
Into the U.S.
Yeah, whatever. About what we're worth right now, I feel like sometimes. Let's see here. Yay, Trader Joe's. We love coffee. Drink 6 cups a day. What? Even when I was drinking coffee, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the heyday.
Yeah.
Especially when I was like
Maybe
drinking
when
Red
it was
Bull
free
and
and you worked at Starbucks.
stuff. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Have we seen manatees during our time in Florida? I'll take any questions right now. Do we see manatees? Yeah, we did.
see manatees
At the Tampa Electric Plant.
Yes, and at the St. Lucie Lock.
St. Lucie Lock.
Yeah, we saw a baby one in there.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, there was a little baby.
What else did we see him? I think that was it.
No, we saw a manatee when we were kayaking at John Pennekamp.
John Pennekamp. That's right.
Mhm.
Yep. We didn't swim with them this year though.
No.
We did kayak with them.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Did we go to any springs? We went to Rainbow Springs. That was it. That was the only one.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, we cut our. I feel like Paul Sharon right now. cut off our trip a little short in Florida
Yeah.
to get up here because we were coming up here for a show.
We were coming up here for a lot of different things, and all
A
of them
show,
got
and
canceled.
I was going to 2 conferences, and all of it got canceled. So
Yeah.
we're hanging out by ourselves, mooch stocking.
Yep.
No better company I could think of.
I was going to bring up one thing. So you can still get stuff delivered. Instant Cart. You can order from Whole Foods using Amazon Prime.
Mhm.
There's a online market called Thrive Market. So
Purple carrot.
well, that's a meal kit.
Yeah, but that's also an idea that people can
Yeah.
do. Like, if you're really,
Yeah.
and if you suck at cooking,
Yeah. So
you can use like a purple carrot, or what's the other one that we've seen lately?
HelloFresh maybe.
Yeah, HelloFresh. There's a bunch of them out there.
Yeah, if you want fresh food, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how well those guys are all gonna
How
be able
well
to keep-
stocked they are,
yeah.
right?
But those are all some options that you can look into. I noticed shopping on Amazon today that there's less stuff than there normally is. Like some of the pantry items seem depleted, so just something to keep in mind.
Nutritional Yeast Gate 2020.
Had no trouble buying that.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
We can stay together.
Yep. Did you find some more?
No, that was about it. Oh, what kind of music do we listen to? 80s goth.
Yeah.
Good music. I'll listen to just about anything that's not opera and country.
Yeah, I have a pretty eclectic playlist, but a lot of 80s.
Kesha's been getting into my rotation
industrial.
lately.
Some classic rock
Yeah.
sometimes, like our driving playlist.
We don't have a driving playlist anymore.
No, because we're not together.
I know. Yeah, I listen to a lot of stuff. Soma FM. I'm wearing the shirt.
Mhm.
You guys should check them out. Streaming online.
Mhm.
Get to pick all kinds of cool music. DEFCON Radio is awesome.
Mhm.
The beat changes throughout the day. So, like, in the morning, it's really mellow. It gets faster as the day
Mhm.
progresses, and it winds down around the
They
normal
do that
5
with
o'clock.
They do that with Drone Zone too.
Trend Zone, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Soma FM, they're out of South of Market, San Francisco.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Mhm.
Stephen Lee said, yay, 80s. This one. She lists all kinds of stuff I don't even know.
Yeah.
Some of it I do.
There's a little bit of overlap in our music taste. A little bit.
Happy Vibe says, please tell us your story. How you began your RV lifestyle. We've done a couple videos on it, but we can go through it real quick. Here's a story about Amy Brady.
So we you should tell the story because it's about Taylor.
Yeah, I don't know who's on here. I won't say the whole story.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no. I mean, you can still.
So, best
Yes.
friends till we were kids.
Yeah.
Like, you can't see how high this is, but it's probably about 3 feet off the ground. Literally, we're both super nerds. He called me one day. He goes, Kevin, come over to my house. I got something to show you. And I'm thinking, it's probably a new ATI All-in-Wonder 128 video card. This thing's going to be killer. Actually, it was probably something more badass then. So I go over to his house, and there's this big ass RV in his driveway. And he comes out of the door. He goes, hey, man, what do you think? And I was like, being best friends through little kids, this is definitely the dumbest idea you've ever had. Don't come to me when you hate it. fast forward 3 years. We took a trip to Yellowstone.
Yeah, so we went to
Jackson Hole. Wyoming.
Jackson Hole, and it was beginning of March, so it was still snowy and wintry. And we did a snowmobile tour through Yellowstone, which was amazing. We saw baby bison and like the geothermal pools and all this crazy stuff that we'd never seen before.
Yep.
And we've been talking about traveling, and then we're like, oh, well, I mean, we could go overseas, but we haven't seen any of this yet. What?
Nothing. Keep telling the story then.
I don't know what I messed up about that.
Okay. Anyway, so I wanted to camp some more, and she doesn't want to go into a tent. So I was like thinking back to Taylor had the RV, so I was like, oh, let's go check out this RV. Do you think we could do it? And she goes, as long as I have a kitchen. So we got the RV. We started, it was probably 3 weeks after we got back. We had bought the RV, took it out, and really liked it. It was fun. And then we said, Taylor's been living in the RV. Do you think we could do it? And kept going on some side trips, and then we kind of decided that, yeah, this was something that we could totally do. So we
did it.
Did it. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, so we moved into it full time in September of 2016.
Yeah.
Hit the road that Thanksgiving, and we're still here.
That was all she wrote.
Yep. Do we have any other?
Karen said no opera. Yeah, no opera. Do you listen to opera, Karen? Oh, I should try different ones. I don't know, man.
I've listened to all of the Bugs Bunny operas.
I don't even know what that is.
Looney Tunes?
Well, I know what that is. I know that they had operas.
Uh-huh. Like the Barber of Seville. And...
Sometimes I walk into my boss, like my boss will be like, he'll have the weirdest music playing. And I'm like, you don't listen to this stuff. He goes, yeah, it's just good background music. And I'm like, it would drive me insane. So I don't know if I could do it. I'll try. I'll find some streaming opera somewhere.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm ready to call it.
Yeah, I think we've gone on long enough, especially since we're not talking about food anymore. Jeez. Yeah, so I think that we might do this again next week. Maybe talk about boondocking, because I know that a lot of you are going to need to learn how to boondock real soon. If you don't already. So be thinking about questions for that if you need it.
Boondocking. Love boondocking.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about boondocking next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yep.
See you guys later.
Bye.